I found out I was reverse catfished by my boyfriend. He was hotter than you expected.
Wait, did you put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it?
Reverse.
When my boyfriend, I'll call him Christian, and I met, I was in an abusive relationship. We were both students at the same university. He knew this, and I confided in him about it. No one else knew. I got out of that, went to counseling, court, and everything. He knew this and stuck with me and swore up and down he was on my side and that he doesn't judge me for it. By the way, this comes from Catfished OMG. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So I tell Christian I am not ready to date yet as I am still recovering. And he says he understands, but he still sticks around. We get closer. We sleep together. I am comforted by his company, but I still don't want anything serious. He knows this, but continued to stick around. Even if we were not serious, we're just sleeping together / keeping each other company, he'd still get really jealous of my talking to others. Cared about him, but did not want a relationship. And there were a few flags. Christian read my diary, went through my email, read through my post on the DV support site, and basically kept tabs on me because he was convinced that I would go back to my abuse ex, but I never did. It was never my intention. That's a little overstepping.
Those are strange vibes from Christian.
Christian made me feel like I was damaged in a way, but he said he did it out of concern.
Why are you
But
doing
he said he did it out of concern. Also, I placed a restraining order on my ex and never contacted him. So Christian had no reason to think this besides his statistically women go back to a logic. Despite this, we eventually ended up dating seriously. I admired Christian and loved him for sticking through with me, so that also influenced my decision. The lease on his apartment ends and he doesn't have a place to stay for the summer, so I let him stay at my place. He wants us to share an apartment together. I agree with the condition that we put all the past behind us, and he agrees to start anew. Since I know he has jealousy / trust issues, since the start of our relationship, I keep everything open, my phone, my email, etc., and talk in front of him. I don't know. I like having an open phone policy with my partner, but it feels like it's coming from the wrong place. Christian and I started living together and got along really well. I am a licensed in beauty aesthetics field, so I made really good money while going to school at the same time. Christian, despite being from an upper class family, didn't want to take student loans or work outside his field, so he lived off occasional tutoring and a small school stipend. We split absolutely everything, even dates. I lend him money various times when he doesn't have any food for bills, rent / food, like split dates, like split money for dates. I loved him, so that did not matter compared to the good qualities he had. We stop going out completely. I bring up that I miss spending quality time with him, even if we just eat sandwiches in the park, and he just says he doesn't have money and can't go out. I it up and don't bring it up. He does not have friends and will get upset when I went out with my female friend. He is controlling. Oh my God.
Massively controlling.
This caused further isolations for me since I stopped going out with them to help build trust in the relationship. Christian wants to go for a PhD in a niche field. Wonderful. He is smart and enjoys it. I support him fully. This means he has to move to another state. We were graduating at the same time and we had been serious for a while, so I think no biggie. During Christmas, his family flies me to meet them. He warns me to not tell them a few things about our relationship, like the fact that we had pets or that I own a car and he drives it.
What?
He's not lying and controlling.
Why are you being so weird, dude? Why are you so weird?
His family is wonderful to me, but he never wants to even discuss what will happen with us. I try to talk about it since my plans also depended on that, but he never wants to. I let him know that I am supportive of him and don't pressure him to talk. Fast forward 6 months and graduation time comes around. Christian still does not want to talk about our future / us. I graduate and end up with a job offer, and Christian ended up being unable to graduate until the following semester because he had to rewrite his thesis / he loses his tutoring job / loses his stipend, but at least he was accepted to the new school.
He just lost so much.
That's a lot.
I bet you it's because he plagiarized his thesis.
Yeah.
Or he used,
I think he's a liar.
AI,
I think he's lying to his family.
He's lying about how
to the
smart
school.
he is. He's lying about how many assets he has. He's lying. He's lying.
And he's lying to you.
And he's controlling and he's controlling and he's controlling.
Get
away from him.
Get away from him ASAP. I am devastated for him, but since he refuses to address what will happen with us, I start applying to those jobs in various cities. I get a phone interview in my hometown and I'm thinking about taking it. Meanwhile, our lease is about to end. I decide I cannot leave Christian for the job, at least for a couple of months, because I feel bad for his horrible situation. He had no money, no job, had to rewrite his thesis, and depended on my car because he does not own one. I felt horrible leaving him during this vulnerable moment. I console Christian. I stay up with him until 5 a.m. for weeks while he rewrote his thesis, made him coffee, food, read his draft, gave him shoulder rubs, helped him find another job he could do from home. I cover the bills / rent while his money situation gets better. Oh my God.
Dude, when are you, his mom?
I even made him a silly diploma on Word for being the best boyfriend ever. What is he doing?
Best boyfriend ever just exists.
I had our cat's
that's enough.
paws on it as a seal, just being silly so he would cheer up since he couldn't graduate yet. I tried to be very helpful / sweet. And then Christian starts acting strange. I go to hug him while he was on his laptop and he was looking at pictures of a girl named Caroline on his Facebook. As I come closer, he frantically switches the tab. He used my car for an errand and then he'd stay in the car texting on his phone, not coming inside. He started taking his phone to the bathroom, which is normal. I take my phone to the bathroom. I catch him going through my phone, but I have nothing to hide, so I let him. You know where this is going. Basically, Christian has been reverse catfishing me through the relationship. Wait, what? I found out Caroline ended up being a girl from a dating site. He stayed up writing his thesis, but in reality, he was talking to her and others. I find out he tries to portrait himself online as someone very different from real life. He also goes into full details of my abusive relationship with friends and girls from the dating site without being prompted and tells people things I only told him in confidence.
Oh my God.
On these messages, he's very judgmental of me and basically makes really mean comments about things that I'm like severely ill, lol, and that I contributed to my own abuse. He makes himself to be a victim of the I was a victim of. He portrays himself as a savior and me as an unstable woman. This was a lot of people, including a family member of his ex-girlfriend. He has never said these awful things to me. I would have never guessed he thought this of me because he had no reason to think this and he acted completely different to me because he's a liar.
He's a sociopath. That's crazy. Yeah, put this guy in the black hole, the little one, the little black hole that turns you into spaghetti.
He would tell me he never used Facebook, but then I found out that he had tons of pictures on Facebook, roughly 200 to 300, that he blocked me and his family from seeing through privacy settings. He also blocked me and his immediate family from seeing status updates and wall posts. He's actually really active on social media and tries to pass as an intellectual, but he even hid innocuous stuff. When his thesis was finally approved, he posted an announcement, but he blocked me and his family from seeing that. The girls from dating sites could/would see and comment on these things though. I also have pets and foster raised kittens. I'm very involved in volunteering, and he would take pictures I had taken of my pets and post them as his own, or post like he was fostering them by himself on Facebook and dating sites. He's like, oh, I'm so sympathetic. Look at me take care of this puppy.
This is like you make a police report and you report him to any website that has like a database of like creepy weirdo liars on dating sites. I don't know if there is one.
Kitty Got Ya Tongue says, please say she left. She's not leaving yet. She's staying. Tyler says, get the F out, girl. Run.
God.
He made posts like I never existed or like he had done stuff alone and blocked me from seeing this on his private settings. He would never post pictures of us together, and I attributed this to shyness, though he had hundreds of pictures with his ex. I didn't think anything bad of it. I just thought he was shy. I know. Even during my graduation and graduation dinner, when my family was there, he could not stop talking to girls from dating sites or talking badly about me to others, which blindsided me because we were very seldom having arguments. And to my face, he would say how wonderful I was, how was his little family and best friend, while simultaneously trying to create this compassionate pseudo-intellectual image online that is very false.
Freaking what an
monster.
Absolute freak. Monster.
So I took the job in my hometown and left our apartment. Our lease was ending anyway, and he would be leaving to his new school after me. At that point, I knew some of the stuff he had been hiding, but later found out the dating profile and more evidence of lying/cheating. I calmly talked to him before I left and gave him a chance to come clean, but did not tell him all I knew. He never confessed and maintained the stance that I was amazing and wonderful, his best friend and love of his life. And at that point, I am confused. As I was leaving, he was bawling his eyes out, begging me to keep talking to him every day. And as I got in my car to finally leave, he asked me if I would go to the new state with him because he loves me so much.
This is absurd. I don't think I'd be able to stomach it when he's like crying, like, I'm gonna miss you, talk to me every day. I'd be like, I actually know the truth. That's all I would say. People, if you ever want a liar that you know is lying to just crumble into dust in front of you, you just don't tell them what you know. You just go, I know everything. Go, what do you mean you know everything? Be like, don't even do that. I know the truth. And then just watch them crumble into dust.
Well, let's see what this person has to say. I don't answer because I do not know this person anymore. I wrote him a letter and sent it through snail mail, calmly, politely explaining what I knew with dates and pictures. This catfishing seems to be from when he met me all the way to the day I left our house. I tell him I have no ill feelings towards him.
Crazy.
And wished him a nice life.
Wow.
But that I could never trust him again. Yeah. How could you trust someone that is cheating on you this aggressively?
No ill feelings is
you should have some
wild.
ill feelings.
You should be
These
a little
ill feelings will make sure you never get into this situation again.
I feel ill right now.
The reason I sent a letter is because knowing how much I love him and care, I would probably forgive him, but he would probably never admit or apologize to me, and he'd keep using me anyway. But you should always use us by joining our podcast, OK Storytime, by tapping that wherever you get your podcast, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, your favorite podcast app. Just search OK Storytime.
Please help me. I need real arms.
Honestly, I'm not sure who the heck I even dated. He seems attracted to girls in vulnerable situations. Yikes. And maybe is intimidated that I was independent. All the girls he has dated have been in a situation where he is sort of a caretaker. How do you call a person that is attracted to vulnerable people? Is there a name for this? What do you guys think? I have not contacted him since, but I feel very hurt, used, betrayed, and basically rejudged and invalidated over my past abusive relationships. He acted completely different to who he was. Any advice/comments are welcome. Girls, stay far away. Stay far away. And when people start controlling your life, believe that they don't have your best interests at heart, and they're going to get crazy at some point.